In the year 1552, on the distant eastern edge of Europe, a city waited for its end. Its walls had stood for generations, its people had survived empires, and its name carried the memory of conquest, Kazan. To the people of Moscow, it was a symbol of humiliation, a reminder of centuries spent beneath foreign rule. To its defenders, it was home, faith, freedom, and to one man, it was destiny. This is the story of the Battle of Kazan, the moment when Russia stopped being a kingdom and became an empire.
For more than 200 years, the Russian lands lived under the shadow of the Golden Horde. Mongol horsemen once thundered across these plains, burning cities and breaking princes. Russian rulers paid tribute in silver and blood. Even Moscow, today's great capital, was once a frightened frontier town. But empires decay. By the 15th century, the Golden Horde fractured into smaller khanates. Among them, one rose with strength and confidence, the Khanate of Kazan. Founded in 1438, Kazan stood along the Volga River, the great artery of Eurasian trade. From its markets flowed furs, silk, spices, and slaves. Its people were Muslim Tatars, heirs to Mongol power, culture, and warfare. Kazan was not a barbarian outpost. It was a city of scholars, merchants, and craftsmen. Mosques stood tall above wooden streets. Call to prayer echoed across the river. To Moscow, Kazan was dangerous, not only because it was strong, but because it remembered the past, and Moscow never forgot.
In 1547, a 16-year-old boy crowned himself Tsar of all Russia. His name was Ivan IV. From childhood, Ivan had known violence. Orphaned early, raised among plotting nobles, he learned one lesson above all others. Power must be feared, or it will be taken. Ivan believed his rule was divinely chosen. He saw Russia as the final guardian of true Christianity, surrounded by enemies who threatened its survival. To the east stood Muslim Khanates, Kazan, Astrakhan, Crimea. To the west stood Catholic kingdoms, Poland, Lithuania. Ivan's vision was simple and terrifying. Russia must expand, or it would be destroyed. And Kazan stood first in his path.
Russian armies had attacked Kazan before. They had failed. Ambushed in forests, outmaneuvered on the steppe, starved by distance and winter. Each defeat deepened Moscow's hatred. But Ivan was not content to repeat old mistakes. He studied European warfare. He hired foreign engineers. He embraced gunpowder. And for the first time, Russia prepared for modern war.
In 1552, Ivan gathered one of the largest armies Europe had ever seen. Nearly 150,000 men marched east. But Ivan knew numbers alone were not enough. So he did something unprecedented. He ordered the construction of a massive fortress. Sviazhsk, built hundreds of miles away, taken apart, floated down rivers, and rebuilt near Kazan itself. When the Tatars saw its walls rise almost overnight, fear spread through the city. This was not a raid. This was conquest. Inside Kazan, politics fractured unity. The Khan, Yedegar Muhammad, ruled a city divided between war factions and peace factions. Some nobles believed Moscow could be negotiated with. They were wrong. Imams called for prayer. Warriors prepared for martyrdom. Families hid their children. They knew what Russian victory meant: loss of land, loss of faith, loss of freedom. Still, Kazan stood firm. In August 1552, Russian forces surrounded Kazan. Then, the cannons spoke. For the first time in its history, Kazan's walls cracked under sustained artillery fire. Towers collapsed, streets filled with dust and fear. Yet the defenders fought fiercely. Night raids burned Russian camps. Archers killed gunners on the walls. Disease spread among besiegers. Weeks passed. Ivan grew impatient. Ivan ordered his engineers to dig beneath the city. Mines were planted under Kazan's walls. Inside the city, defenders could hear the digging, a slow, relentless scratching beneath their feet. They prayed. They waited. At dawn, the earth exploded. A massive breach opened in Kazan's walls. Russian troops surged forward. What followed was chaos. Street fighting, fire, screams. Tatars fought from homes, mosques, rooftops, but they were overwhelmed. By nightfall, Kazan had fallen. The aftermath was brutal. Thousands were killed, survivors enslaved or exiled, mosques destroyed or converted. Ivan entered the city victorious, but something inside him changed. Historians believe Kazan marked the moment Ivan became Ivan the Terrible. With Kazan conquered, the Volga lay open. Siberia followed. Russia transformed from a kingdom into a multi-ethnic empire. And in Moscow, Ivan built St. Basil's Cathedral, a monument to conquest disguised as beauty. Kazan still stands. Its people endured. Its culture survived. And history remembers not only who won, but what it cost. Because empires rise loudly, but they are remembered in whispers. If you listen closely, history still speaks. Subscribe to Timeless Whispers for stories the world tried to forget.